Good morning, everybody. This is Val with This Is How You Do It. I am ready to go exercise, y'all. And y'all want to see what I got on? Got on this little bitty thing today. Gray top. Let me pull down. Get my situation together. And so when I go to the park, I guess I could show it to you when I go to the park. Well, anyway, I wanted to tell y'all that when I left the park yesterday, I was in the center, looked like the kiddie part, and you did do that walk around, probably for parents that want to watch their kids. But I got on the bike and I just drove around just a little bit, and then they had a path around a great big old lake for a mile. It was a lot of bushes and trees down by the lake, and I stopped the lady and asked her, when you walk around there, how close was those trees to the path? She said they ain't that close to the path, but they down by the lake. But my thing is, when I drove around there, I couldn't see the people walking. All of that area was like this. None but trees and bushes, none but trees and bushes going all the way around the lake. You couldn't see the people walking from the center of everybody. So if those people walking around that path and they get to that bushy area, you have to watch that bushy area until they actually come out. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, y'all. But she said that she feels comfortable, because I actually stopped and asked the lady about that. Because when she came around and she was walking and I was still sitting on my bike, and, you know, and I could talk to her because she was on the path close to the railing, and I asked her about that. And she said she was a little scary, but then she said there's a lot of people out there and a lot of folks walking, but some of them walking people can be okay. And I just said, why do they make parks like that? It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. That lake is sparkling and that water look good, look like you want to fish. But it's a lot of areas around that lake that's concealed. It can have a path as big as this room, you get what I'm saying? But the walls ain't nothing but trees. You feel me? I may show that to you when I drive up there, or before I leave. I may show it to you when I first go. I drive around there and show you from my point of view, from the street, what it looked like. Now, when you get up in there, it may look just fine. I was thinking about showing it to you, but I don't know. I don't even know if I don't even want to show it to you, because that means I got to walk it. It's a mile. A mile. Which I wouldn't mind walking 5 miles, 5 times around there, because that's the kind of walking I want to do. I want to walk real fast, get dripping wet. But I bet you say, Val, you act so scary. I'm not normally like that, but I remember the feeling I used to get. Sometimes your spider sense kick in. And sometimes we don't pay attention to that. We shrug it off. And when I used to walk around that school and I would get in a certain area, it was like my spider sense was kicking off, like somebody was up in there. You know what I mean? And you know how you can feel stuff? I was wondering, did they say anything happened to somebody over there at one time? I believe they did. I don't know. I meant after I stopped walking. Right there. I just didn't feel good about the way it was set up. I don't think a place should be so concerned about the scenery or the beauty of the situation, because all of our parks, because I know a lot of y'all said so much about that park, how beautiful it was. All of our parks look like that, for it's the beauty of it all. And they so big and spacious. It's just like, oh, they took several blocks of land and just did what they do. I mean, acres just for the park. And I didn't realize how nice it was here until some of the people kept saying how nice the park was. And I was thinking that's kind of average for here. There's a lot of parks here. I was just looking for one, because they do have some with the circles in the middle that you can drive by the highway and you can see all the people walking around. You can see the whole circle. They do have other parks like that, but that one is close to my house. I don't have to go so far out, and then I ain't got to worry about using a whole lot of gas, cause it don't take but $10 to fill the bike up. You know, have a full tank of gas on $10. So, you know. I'm getting ready to go to the park, y'all. That's all I'm doing. Girl, you gonna put on makeup to go work out? Yes. Let that dry. While this is drying, I'm gonna fix this, y'all. Y'all didn't tell me that my hair was all crooked in the back. You know I saw it after I made the video. I looked at the video. Honey, I don't like the way this thing fit. This don't even come off as good as a rubber band come off. I feel like this is, I don't like it. It feel like it's pulling my hair. It is. Look at there. The ouchless part. It ain't ouchless. That's why. I'm gonna use a rubber band. I know y'all, that's a no-no for the curly girl. See this part right here? And it got hair in it. Well, I looked at this yesterday. It was so crooked. Need something to part it with. Say, babe, I use a comb. I'm looking for some point in the pocket with it, and I got combs, y'all. But I was thinking about that. I said I should have cut the camera back on to show y'all that. But then I had already showed y'all me cranking up the bike, and I said I was finna leave. But it was just what it took a few more minutes to show y'all that. But then when I stopped the lady, she acted like she wanted to talk instead of get back to her business of walking. That lady talked to me a long time. I guess that's the way people in Alabama do. But you know, like I told y'all, to have friends, you must show yourself friendly. I stopped and spoke to her first and asked her some questions, and she had to tell me a whole story when she used to walk downtown and how the security people in the buildings had got used to her walking, and they had missed her when she had stopped walking and when she started back again, and they told her that they'd watch her in about 5 different buildings. The security people came out and asked her where she had been, and she didn't know that the security cameras downtown, the people had got used to her coming through there, and they was keeping an eye on her when she used to walk. Child, I can't depend on the security folks. Well, she was thinking that something happened, they know who to call. But you know how people, I see them all the time, jogging in the middle of the street, up and down the curves. Some of them on real busy streets. I done seen some look like they're on the interstate. I don't think they call it an interstate. That's kind of like a bypass. And I'm like, why are these people running up and down this traffic? I don't understand why people do that. I just don't understand it. We got too many parks for that, especially here. I just don't understand that. Them people put more money in parks than they put in poor housing. I'm just saying. That's a whole nother video. Whole nother video. Yeah, honey. I did not bring my flaxseed gel in here. Well, I guess I don't really need no flaxseed gel, because I'm going to cover this up with my do-rag or my bite scarf. And because I had this covered up for that short length of time when I went to the park, I'm gonna go and put some moisture on this, and something to hold in the moisture valve. Say, what you gonna use to hold in the moisture valve? I'm gonna use some Vaseline petroleum jelly. What's wrong with that? Know what's wrong with that? They say it's hard to wash out. Well, I don't want to wash it out. I want it to stay in there to keep my house hair moisturized. Child, that water running down my face. I feel something right there. Okay. That water went straight through. Didn't stay on the hair. Okay. Now. And while I'm using that, I'm too lazy to go get the flaxseed gel. And then the flaxseed gel gonna just have my hair wet. And I'm finna cover it with a rag. And this right here, the rag is not a satin cloth rag. It's gonna suck all the moisture out my hair, and it's gonna be in the cloth. I can wash the cloth. But this is a barrier or a protection on my head. And when we was growing up, the girls that had the good hair would put Vaseline on their hair and some water, and their hair would curl up. Now that my hair is starting to curl up, I'm like, what's the difference in what those girls was doing when I was growing up? And now that I have learned how to get my hair to curl and wave. My son and my little friend I had when I was in school, they had that naturally waved hair. Like, they didn't have to go natural to get it and go wash their hair with conditioner. They just walked around from birth and kept that hair. Well, they just put a little Vaseline on their hair, sprayed it with some water, and brushed it with a brush. And their hair waved up. And I was like, ooh, I'm so jealous. I ain't say it like that, but that's the kind of feeling you get. Like, why my hair won't lay down like that? But look at me now. How time brings about a change. This is a big brush. I had to turn it loose. I don't like brushing my hair. I feel like a brush pulls the hair, and it pulls the curl pattern out when you brush it. But sometimes a brush is necessary. Sometimes. I would have to leave y'all to go get a rubber band. Dang. Okay, here one. You can't leave these things for days, because that's when it start collecting in your hair and pulling your hair out. One day is good enough. 2 days it started. Okay, I've been here a long time. 3 days, you might as well look forward to pulling out some strings. Get some of this Murray grease. Murray grease. What the men used back in the day. You can still find it at the hair store. Or the wig shop. That's what I call the hair store, the wig shop. I don't know if they call it that in other places. But here, people say hair store. That's what it's doing to my edges. And that's what it looked like before I put it on there. Remember the guy you liked when you was in high school, and he did his hair with that Murray grease, and he looked all sexy as all get out. If he was dark with wavy hair going through there like that, or he was light with that wavy hair going through there, he looked good. That, that's when they had the good hair, bad hair thing going on. I don't know if they still do that, y'all. But that's what that's how people start pitting us against each other. Good hair, bad hair, short hair, long hair, and it ain't nothing but hair. dark skin, light skin, paper bag test. And people's like, what's the paper bag test? I used to wonder, what is that? They say they hold a paper bag against your skin to see if you darker than a paper bag. That's how you pass the paper bag test. Yeah. That was when my mama and them was coming up, when they were doing shit like that. Excuse my French, but you know, some stuff just calls for the word. My hair grow in my face. That's why I got a little bit of forehead. And that's why that eyebrow is so close to that hairline. Because it grows in the face. And I have blessed my child with that kind of hairline. And she has blessed her daughter with that kind of hairline. So I guess they all get it from the source. Yep. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to the park. That's all I'm doing. This is good right here. And a little lipstick. What you say, lipstick too? I need to fix my eyelash. One of them look like they're coming out of place. I don't know if I want to make this video long. Looking at the time, I already did it. Because that video yesterday was crazy long. I need to put a little something on that. It ain't bad, y'all, but I felt it yesterday. Probably because I did a little sweating. And you know when you sweat, that kind of make your eyelash come up just a little bit if you rub it. That's if you rub it. Let's see if this one already open. Cause I'm gonna have to stick a pin in the black. I haven't bought any more, y'all, which I really need to do. I got some white duo still left over from a prior time. And I'm getting like this. I'm gonna repair one of my eyelashes. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit before I actually lay it down. Get all this off my finger. The other one is fine. What I'm actually trying to do is give the people that's going to work a little video. Okay, now I got it situated. Now I got to mash it down. Okay, that's that, y'all. Even when I work out, I still have this on, y'all. When I get through and leave, I don't know if y'all noticed that. When I got on the bike yesterday, my makeup was still intact. And I am going out there today with the purpose of getting a sweat on. So it's 5:30 right now, and I want to get out there before the sun starts to rise by 6 or 7 o'clock. And I'm gonna walk, honey. Your girl is gonna walk with the quickness. I'm gonna go and do the machines before I start, to get my body used to doing a few pumps. So I probably do 10 to 20 on each one, cause starting out, you know that'll increase with time. But and on that last one where I just did the push-ups, I put my leg up there and stretched the hamstring and all them things in my leg. But see, I seen people start out and do that, and then they walk around that path, that short path, a couple of times, and then they cross over and go to that big path and walk the mile. But I don't know yet. Y'all. I got to go a couple of times and feel out the situation. Like I say, you get used to some, and then you start taking those chances. And it ain't the best side of town in Montgomery either, to tell you the truth. I don't know about most places, but it seemed like the west side seemed to be the poorest side of town in some places. And I'm from the west side. I grew up on the west side. As a child. This is gonna hang from under my do-rag, because all this gonna be tied down. And my hair is still curling. It's somewhat, I'm sure. But I'm gonna try to turn around and show you this time. Yesterday it was a hot mess. And I'm constantly looking at the time right now, y'all, and I'm finna get off this thing. I don't even know if I should put this video up, cause I don't think it was about nothing. This is Val, this is how you do it. And somebody say, well, girl, I like what you did with that Murray grease, because somebody didn't see the other Murray grease, so this may be worth it to them. This is Val, this is how you do it. I don't think I need no eyeliner. And I will see you guys later. Not to work out in. Bye-bye now.